Hey, got you going there. How's it going?
I'm doing really well. How about yourself?
Doing excellent. What are you doing today?
I'm building a pergola.
Oh, yeah, yeah, gotcha. Looking good there. Looking good. Just checking in with you. Hadn't heard from you in a few days and just seeing chainsaw wise, everything going good?
Everything's going fine. I'm building pergolas during the summer, and then I'm traveling to the warm areas of the country in the winter.
Whereabouts is that?
Mexico, Cuba,
You do spend
some.
a lot of time down there in Cuba, don't you?
What's that?
You do a lot of, don't you do quite a little bit of time down there in Cuba with working with the saws and stuff?
I do. I
Yeah,
do. I
yeah,
usually go at least 1 to 2 months per winter.
yeah. Basically, what they're doing, what you're doing there is they're slabbing that large wood you showed me that one time.
Yeah, my friend slabs it, and I didn't know he had a sawmill available to him, so he drags it down the mountain. Well, most of the time, you're using oxen to drag it out of the forest, and then that's I think that's the end of his job. Then he hands it off to the
He hands it
sawmill, and
to
they
the
build the
mill.
furniture.
And is it furniture they use there? Or do they import it or they sell it? Do you know? Or
Everything is used right there. It's such a goofy system that they don't import or export much of anything.
isn't that something? Huh? And I know years ago, when I was working in a saw shop years ago, we would missionaries would go down there quite a bit, quite regularly, and we would they couldn't send a new chainsaw down there, so we would take a demo saw and kind of we'd rough it up, bang it up, scratch it up, and send it down there. I don't know if you've seen or heard about that, but we did that. Mainly, it was the Seven-Day Adventists. I worked for some really good people, and they were
Okay.
had missionaries going down there and whatnot, and we would send them down some saws, send them saws down over there, and that's how we did it.
Well, you know what? I can relate to that totally. Everything's controlled, so they're always watching you, and you're not really going to go to jail, but they're going to take it from you or charge you a lot of money. So I'll send you some pictures later. I end up taking it all apart, and then
There you
Yosemite has
go.
a friend who's very good at
There
puts
you
it all
go.
back together.
There you go. Yeah, I understand. Understand. Well, I just wanted to get your permission. I just wanted to put a little blurb out there on YouTube about the different uses of chainsaws. If it's okay with you, I wouldn't mind putting this out
Yeah,
there.
man.
And
Absolutely, Rick.
yeah, I always like to get all the different information about the saws and whatnot.
You bet.
All right,
And
go ahead.
there, there's never a time you got to worry about it. If I send you something, I consider it out there in public.
I appreciate that because like I said, I got people a lot of interest in the different aspects of the saws and whatnot, and I always thought this was interesting, like we did years ago, how we would get the saws down there, and those guys have got to be really good to keep those saws running. You know, they really do.
It's amazing what they have to.
There's no
They don't
saw
have any
shops.
choice.
There's no saw shops down there. I don't think, is there, Charles?
What's that?
There's no real chainsaw shops, is there?
Zero.
Yeah. Wow.
Zero.
Wow. So
Yeah,
they've really
zero. Whatever they have is brought in, you know, piecemeal, and they keep it running. And if they can't find the part, they make it.
isn't that unbelievable? Wow.
It's unbelievable.
And I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
imagine a bar and chain probably one of the most highly sought after things because you just can't find them down there.
Absolutely, absolutely. So
amazing.
I go, of course, it's no trouble for us to get these things. So I
Right.
put it in my suitcase, I bring it down, and they're like, oh, man, it makes their whole life. And I appreciate that. I
Oh,
appreciate
yeah.
seeing how they have to struggle because now I appreciate that I got all these battery powered tools at my disposal.
Oh,
I feel so grateful.
one more question before we get out of here. What do they use for bar and chain oil, and what do they use for mix to their fuel, for mixing their fuel? Do they use oil that we can get down to them, or is it something they have down there?
It's something they have down there. I actually never see where they source it, but apparently it's been working really well because Yosemite saws, he keeps them going.
No burned up engines or anything. That's awesome. Awesome.
No.
Awesome.
It's like I said, they keep those things running no matter what, and it's worth their weight in gold. That saw.
They don't let them get out of their sight.
No.
Tara.
He blew up that 041 I brought to him several years ago. He blew that up, but it was just getting old, and now the flywheel and all those other parts I can't get, so that's why I brought the newer one down.
Hard to find parts for them. Charles, I'm going to let you get back to work. I appreciate your time letting us do this, and you'll see it out there if you check it out. All right, buddy.
Sounds good, Richard. Talk to you soon.
All right, take care. Guys, got to go. That's Charles. He helps out down there, and that's in Cuba. Different things going on down there. And if you ever, he's got some videos out there, I think, on some of the work they do, and so it's kind of interesting. And we'll be letting you guys go. Take care.